from Oracle Park in San Francisco. Baseball comes your way on a Wednesday afternoon. It's the Washington Nationals taking on the San Francisco Giants. Boof Shelby alongside Chris Singleton. And so you were going to see a nice little win streak put to the test today.
Yeah, these guys are really firing on all cylinders right now. And to me, the important thing is that they're doing the little things well. They're not just relying on home runs or big plays every game. They're playing good situational baseball, executing in key areas, and that's how you string together wins. So we'll see if they continue that in this one.
And on the hill for the Giants, Eddie Brock. Chris, his strikeout rate this year among the best all time.
He's truly one of the elite strikeout pitchers in the league. I mean, strikeouts per 9 off the chart. So the opposing team, they know they have their work cut out for them anytime they're facing this guy or a guy like this that's going to get the swings and misses. Pretty much in a class of his own when it comes to that category.
And we are underway here in San Francisco. Singing, he's currently the team leader in runs scored. And now the 0-1. There's the strike. Brock, a 6'3" righty, 22 years old. A former first-round pick back in 2025. Got him looking for the strikeout. Clipped the bottom of the zone with a curve for strike 3.
Oh, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Fouled off left side. Just getting started here in San Francisco. And that's in for a strike. 0-2 now. Brock, truly unique when it comes to pitch repertoire. Most guys are either knuckleballers or they're not. Not the case with him. He throws a knuckleball. It's not considered his primary offering. But when you're talking about trying to mix things up, he'll toss it in there. Hit on the ground to short. Adames tosses to first. Quick start to this afternoon's action. 2 gone.
Oh, we talk about how the ball is coming out of a pitcher's hand. The way it comes out of his hand as an infielder. Wow, really impressive.
2 down, bases empty. At the plate, Dylan Cruz. 3 for 7 in the series so far.
And the key for him is balancing and using that knuckleball pitch in the right spots, because it is a nasty pitch. As long as he just continues to keep hitters off balance, he can have success with not having a high velocity fastball and going to that knuckleball.
2 down, nobody on. Right through there, got him. And that is that. Now it's the Giants' turn. No score. This is Giants baseball on the show NorCal. Back here at Oracle Park, second inning set to go. Robert Hassel III digging in for the Nationals. On the ground right side, and that's just foul. Swung on, popped up left side. Chapman under this one. And there's 1 down.
Batting fifth, the first baseman, Andres Chaparro.
First pitch strike right there for him. He's going to have to do that consistently if he's going to give any length to his skipper.
And that drops in for a strike. On the ground to first, Devers. He'll do it himself. 2 up, 2 down in the top of the second.
Batting sixth, the second baseman, Luis Garcia.
And now it's Luis Garcia. Hitless in the series so far. He's 0 for 7. 2 down, nobody on. And that drops in for a strike.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Just missed. Right side, and it goes just foul. There's a swing and a drive. Way back there. That was foul, and he'll see another. The 1-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
5 foul balls in a row. I have no idea what that feels like, but you got to love this battle. Just wondering who's going to blink first.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. Nothing doing for Washington. Still behind by a count of 1-0. So 2 outs with runners on the corners. Eddie Brock, the next Giant to hit.
This at bat might not seem like a huge deal right now, but baseball is a game of moments, and what happens here could change everything.
In the air, right field. Reaching for it and brings it in. Back here in San Francisco, new inning getting started. Brady House digging in for the Nationals. Ground ball left side and foul ball.
You know, these Nationals, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. The numbers tell us they're swinging at the first pitch more than 90% of the time, and that's an extremely high number, especially when you're not getting results, Boog. That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it, just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up. I'm sure it's at least something they've chatted about in the dugout. Coming into this one, that was probably the game plan. Attack early in the count, but doesn't seem to be working out the way they wanted to. We'll see if they make an adjustment.
Yo, 1. Swing and a ball popped in the air. That one gets down for a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
He needed that one. It's been a tough stretch at the plate lately. And now they've got some speed on first. So we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Harry Ford digging in for the Nationals. Ford with a homer in his last game. Young stands at first with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. That's in for a strike. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, we all know this team is struggling right now, and sometimes you just got to do something different to generate some offense. A little more aggressive right there to put the pressure on the opponent. We'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for this team.
Got him swinging for the K. And that's 4 strikeouts. On the ground, right side. In time to Devers, and that's the inning. Nationals lead 1. They still trail 1-0. Start of the 4th. Here's C.J. Abrams to hit. That one ripped, but foul. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a ground ball, and that's just foul. Fights it off. He'll see another. Here's the 0-2. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. The 0-2. That's to third. Chapman. Throwing the dirt, and he can't come up with it.
Up next is Nationals.
Dylan Cruz digging in for the Nationals. Brock back at it after the leadoff hitter gets on.
Well, not how you want to start, but now it's about limiting the damage. You've got to bear down right here.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. 1 away.
Up next for the Nationals, the left fielder, Robert Haskell III.
And a foul ball. Tying run is at first. Top half of inning number 4. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. That's to third. On to first. No chance at the double play with the runner in motion.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Stepping in, Andres Chaparro.
And Boog, I'd say he's due.
That one fouled off. Swing and a foul out of play. Man on second, 2 down. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. He goes down looking. One error in the inning, but nothing more. We're midway in the 4th. It's the Giants 1 and the Nationals nothing. You're watching San Francisco Giants baseball on the show NorCal.
Body in motion, heart on fire, train through the heat and haze. Focus, vision of my eyes locked in through the pain. I fix my gaze. I count them reps.
Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Off the chain, off the hook. Go to work, baby, cook. Just be great, keep them shook. Make them watch, make them look. Let them know you the one. Still in light like a crook. Hottest under the sun. Make them watch, make them look.
On the ground, and it goes just foul.
He's a bad ball hitter, so even if you get him to chase pitches outside the zone, he still might beat you. Not an easy out by any means.
Right through there for a strike. On the ground to third. Chapman over to first in time. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
Brady. Foul.
That one finds the zone. That's strike one.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit. And as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all three swings.
Got him swinging. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Next to hit for the Nats, Jacob Young. 1 for 1 with a single so far. On the ground to short. And that's the third out. Still nothing on the scoreboard for him after 5. This is Giants baseball on the show NorCal.
Up next for the Giants, the designated hitter, Eddie Ross.
Breaks his bat, pops it up. Takes it in for the out.
Up next for the Giants, the right fielder.
Back here at Oracle Park, start of the 6th, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading off, Harry Ford.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Foul ball, still 0-2. That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Well, he's on a great run of strikeouts and showing excellent control and command, not walking opposing batters. You know, this offense, they've got to find a way to break his rhythm, put the bat on the ball, maybe try to bunt for a base hit, get him off the mound, moving around, step out, something to interrupt his timing because he's coming right after these guys.
That one ripped right center field. That's back. And it's off the wall. And now the tying run is into scoring position.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball. Now a pretty big at bat coming up with a chance to even this ball game up.
Abrams swings through it for strike one. And fouled off. Man at second. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Strikeout number 8.
Well, Billy, it becomes pretty difficult as a teammate when a guy's struggling like this. You don't know if you want to go up and tell him to keep swinging it or if you want to give him his space, what exactly he needs. But right now, it's clearly a struggle for him, and you're just hoping that somehow, some way it'll click, and he can get out of this as quickly as possible.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Tying run at second base. And we're in the top half of the 6th. His home run numbers stand out, Chris. Nobody has hit more in his team. Oh, 2 now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Man on second, 2 down. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, this guy competes hard. We see the emotion there. I love it. Great job of getting out of the jam.
Back here at San Francisco, top of inning number 7, Robert Hassel III digging in for the Nationals.
Changing speeds has this lineup completely off balance in this one. We've seen a lot of mistimed swings, and it's been a challenge for these hitters to get their rhythm right.
Foul ball there. Swing and a miss. So cracks double digits with his 10th strikeout. A big first out here in the 7th via the punch out.
Yeah, it just does so much to change the outlook of an important inning like this. When you got the leadoff hitter, so critical in setting the table when you got a tight game like this. So a strikeout really puts them on their heels.
There's a strike.
Well, they kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
On the ground, right side. Tosses to first, and 2 away to start the 7th.
That's a huge defensive play in the late stages of the game. It might not be the most challenging we've seen today, but it needed to be made. That's helping your team.
Garcia in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. 2 down, nobody on. Here in the top half of inning number 7. This one in the air, center field. Brennan under it, and that'll do it. Still in total command on the mound with 7 shutout innings. You're watching San Francisco Giants baseball on the show NorCal. Number 41 clocks in. If this offense were a lawnmower, he's yanking the cord and hoping for a roar.
And if that doesn't work, Boog, you better believe he's giving it a second pull.
Line drive to short and caught. 1 pitch and 1 out. Back here at Oracle Park, ready to begin the 8th. Brady House digging in for the Nationals. Bra into his 8th inning of work. Singy, he's been good.
Yeah, he's the type of guy that gets better as he gets deeper into the ball game. If you're going to get to him, you get to him early. They didn't do that today. We'll see what happens as this finishes.
On the ground to third. Whips it across. First out in the top of the 8th. See, as an opposing offense, how aware of pitch count are you when it's early in the game?
You're very aware because you're wanting to get a good look at that pitcher, and when he's spraying it all over the place, you're just going to take your time, be very patient, and see if you can get into sort of those gap inning pitchers down in the bullpen, because that's where you can really make your money.
Strike 2. And they'll do it again. The 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the edge of the strike zone rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot.
Ford at the plate now, and that's strike 1. The Nationals trailing by 2, and we're at the top of the 8th. Foul ball. Ground ball right side and foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Goes down looking. 8 innings, 8 zeros as the shutout continues here. This is Giants baseball on the show NorCal. Brock back at it, pitching with the lead.
Yeah, it's always a little easier, but only if you protect it, Boog. He's got to lock in here. Can't let this game seesaw. And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. Struck him out looking. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Boog, I think even when you know he's got that pitch in his arsenal, you're still going to have a hard time recognizing and reacting to it unless you've seen it several times. And honestly, if you can hit that pitch, I'm concerned because you probably can't hit anything else that he throws. That one right there locked him up.
Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And that's a 1-out single.
Up next for the Nationals.
Next to hit for the Nats, Dylan Cruz. 0 for 3 in this one.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
And he hits a ground ball right side. In time to Devers. Down to the last out for the Nationals. You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. It's just something about that 9th inning. But being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
What a stop. Throw to first. And what a play. Ball game. Brock with a really great pitching outing, but less successful at the plate.
The way he was going on the mound in this one, they'll live with the results at the plate. Got to be careful not to let it become a trend, though, or he might get fewer at bats because the skipper can't trust him to come through with the bat.
Feeling like I can't lose. I've been running up the plate through the back door. Feel like shit when he snapping, broke the backboard.